This is a yoga stress sequence for nurses. Grab any props you may need and feel free to skip or modify any pose that doesn't serve you today. And remember, your body is the guru. Honor and listen to it. Let's begin seated at the back of our mat on our shins. We're going to move into a supported child's pose using our bolsters. And if you don't have a yoga bolster, you can always use stacked couch pillows or just stack your bed pillows. You can take the yoga blocks and place them on your bolster on an incline. Ground the hips down and then walk the hands forward, draping the upper body onto your bolster, just resting, giving the weight of your body to your cushions, to your support, and face the palms of the hands up to find more release in the shoulders. You just lift the head and switch over to the other cheek. Release, gently push into the ground, taking your time to come upright. Place your props off to the side. Preparing for a toe stretch, you'll lean forward and tuck the toes under, making sure to get your pinky toes. And you could stay forward with the hands in front of you, pushing the hips back. Walk the hands back towards the knees to sit up on the calves. And you have the option to just incorporate some neck circles here in one direction. It's a great distraction in this toe stretch posture. Just reversing the direction of the neck circles. Coming forward, releasing the feet, you can pat it out. Walk the knees back and come to lie down flat on your stomach for crocodile pose, resting the forehead on your stacked forearms. And release the pelvis into the ground, release the shoulders, unclench the glutes. On your inhale, let's work our way into Sphinx pose. Just taking hold of the elbows and making sure the elbows are stacked right under the shoulders. Bring the hands forward. You're going to slightly, energetically pull the elbows back towards the hips, sending the heart forward, lengthening the upper back, softening the buttocks. And release. We're going to come into half frog. Bend the left knee into a 90-degree angle, bringing it out to the left. You can bring the forehead down through center or look over towards the right for a little neck stretch. And just gently push the left hip into the ground. Let's release back to center, and move over to the right side, making a 90-degree angle with the right knee, bringing the body flat, and coming onto the right cheek. Just breathing and softening the body. I'm going to release here and come back to center, moving into a shoulder stretch. Stretch the left arm out towards the left, palm facing down. Draw the left shoulder down away from the ears. Draw your right hand towards your right chest and roll onto the left side of your body, drawing the right leg behind the left leg. You can also bend the right knee if you have that in your practice. Breathing into the left shoulder. Inhale, release back to center, and let's move over to the right side, planting the right hand down. Both shoulders draw away from the ears. And then you're going to roll over onto the right side, the right hip. Inhale, release, coming back to center flat on your stomach. Pushing into the ground and push back for child's pose. The big toes come to touch, taking the knees out wide and just melting the heart, the forehead down. We're going to incorporate a thread the needle. You're going to take the right arm and thread it right under the left arm. And then rest the right upper arm down to the ground, drawing the right shoulder away from your chin. Inhale to release and come up, switching over to the other side, threading the left arm under the right, resting the forehead down. You can also rest your forehead on a block or a blanket, and just make sure to just draw that left shoulder away from the face. Come back up through center, coming up on all fours, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. We're going to move into our cat-cow. On your inhalation, the tailbone tilts up, heart forward, shoulders move back. Exhale, push into the hands and the shins and round through the upper back. Inhale, heart forward, tailbone up, and exhale, round through the back. Just link your breath with movement here. Tuck the toes under and push the hips back, push the hands into the ground, and send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. And for this first downward dog, keep a nice generous bend in the knees and then begin to pedal out the feet. Stretching into the hamstrings, sending the chest towards the thighs. On your next inhale, bend the right knee towards the right wrist. Come forward for pigeon pose. Using any props you need here. And use the left tucked toes to walk the knee back a little bit. Untuck the left toes. Sit up nice and tall, sending the chest forward. Expanding the heart. And on an exhalation, you'll melt forward, resting your head down on a block or stacked fists. Not worrying about how deep or far down you get. Inhale to walk the body up. Push into the hands and tuck the back toes under. Send the lid back for downward dog as our reset. Just pedaling out here, releasing the right hip and preparing for the left side. Draw that left knee forward towards the left wrist. Setting up your legs, making sure the shoulders and the hips are squared so they're facing the same direction and they're lined up. On an exhalation, melt the heart forward and rest the head down on the ground, a pillow or a block. You can even face your palms up in a gesture of surrender. And find any softening and release in the body as you breathe into the right hip. Release and walk the hands back towards the body. Push into the ground and step back into downward facing dog, pedaling out and releasing the hips. We'll come forward to roll over our legs and find our way onto the back. Draw the left knee in towards the chest, keeping the right knee bent up, right sole of the foot on the ground, and take a hold of the shin or the back of the left thigh. And if you want to move a little deeper, you'll just lengthen out the right leg long. Softening the upper body and the lower back. Let's move into a spinal twist. Shift the weight onto the right hip. Drop the left knee over to the right. Stretch the left arm out long into a T. And take your gaze either up or over to the left. Wringing out the organs of the digestive system. Then inhale back to center. Switching sides, drawing in the right knee towards the chest. Left sole of the foot can stay on the ground. Lengthening the leg, the left leg, if you want to move a little bit deeper into the hips. Inhale to move into our spinal twist, shifting the weight onto the left hip, dropping the right knee over towards the left. Engage your abs to come back to center and drop both knees in towards the chest, giving the legs a nice big squeeze. Maybe rocking back and forth, releasing the muscles of the spine, releasing the lower back and the hips. Grab the outer edges of the feet and bring the soles of the feet together. Draw the shoulders down and push the knees away from the shoulders. You can hold it here Or you can open up into happy baby pose, gently pulling down on the feet, drawing the knees down towards the sides of the body. Holding in stillness, breathing into the hips, getting a little bit playful and rocking from side to side, testing your balance, massaging the back. You can stay in happy baby pose, or you can move into a hamstring stretch by straightening one leg and then straightening the other leg. We'll release and prepare for our Shavasana. You can take traditional Shavasana, lying flat on your back, taking up all the space you need on your mat. Or you can grab your bolster and some props. I'm going to place the yoga blocks under the bolster and create an incline. Bring the bolster to the back of the hips. Just lie back, taking the legs out wide, take the arms out wide, palms face up. Tuck the shoulder blades under the upper body. Releasing any muscles in the face, softening the shoulders and the hips. Releasing any holding in the legs. Let the fingers curl in towards themselves. Let go of any holding in the toes. Take a deep breath and wiggle the toes and the fingers. Stretch the body long. Gently coming out of our Shavasana. Taking your time, just roll over to one side. And just take a pause and a moment of gratitude for your body and for showing up for yourself. Push into the ground to sit up. And we'll end here in our easy seated pose, just taking a moment to ground down and marinate in what you've created. A moment to check in. Sweep the arms out, around, and up. The palms come to touch overhead. And rest the palms at the forehead as a gesture and a reminder that you are the master of your Zen. Palms come to rest at the lips as a gesture to communicate our truth with authenticity and kindness. Palms come to rest at heart center as a gesture to know thyself and love thyself. Thank you for practicing with me. Peace and ease to you.